Okay, so this is week 2 of our blog PBL project. And we do have a few goals for us today. Our first goal is going to be to take a look at the scoring rubric. Then we'll get the pages of our Weebly site set up. And then from there, you'll have some time to explore some blogs out there and hopefully come up with an idea of a topic for your own blog. So if you could follow along by clicking on that link where it says Weebly blogging scoring project rubric, you can just click on the link. I know it's a little bit slow, but this is how you are going to be scored on your project. So you'll see the biggest category is the quality of writing. So you can start at beginner, capable, accomplished to expert. Beginner would be scoring in the 70 range, capable the 80 range, accomplished the 90 range, and for the expert range. Your voice will be a part of this. So that's basically how you're communicating yourself. That's using some smiley face tricks. That's getting people excited about your writing. Presentation is going to be a big part of this. Now, some of you may have noticed when we were doing our first PBL projects that some students did make some really evident and obvious spelling and grammar mistakes. Hopefully in your blog project, that's something that we can avoid. Of course, you can always ask Mrs. Walls, myself, or even some of your classmates for help. You're definitely going to want to include some pictures or multimedia. For community, maybe you're including some links in there, using some tags, using some hashtags. Consistency, that means that you're following our schedule for posts and updates. And of course, you definitely will need to cite all of your sources. In your last project, some people forgot to do that, but it is really important. Okay, any questions about the rubric? All right, so we just reviewed our rubric and we're going back to our week 2 activities. So the next step for you will be to log into your Weebly page. Last week we did create a Weebly site. So right now I need you to go ahead and log into your Weebly page. You can click on the link right here. Okay, by now, hopefully you've logged into your Weebly page. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then we'll take a look at how we can build our pages. Okay, so once you're there, I'm just going to click on a new site. Okay. And I'm going to click on Edit Site. So now I am in the layout, which hopefully you have on your screen. And what we want to do right now is set up our 3 main pages. Now remember, you might decide that you want to add some extra pages in. Maybe you want to do an extra journal or a vlogging site or something extra. That's fine. But everybody will need to have these 3 main pages. So go ahead and click on the button that says Pages. And you will see in the sidebar, it gives you an option to have some pages. Yours may look a little bit different from mine, but you are going to change the names. So if you double click on it, you can edit and change the name. Your first page name is going to be About Me. Remember, we don't want to add in personal information, but we can share some basic facts about ourselves, especially if they connect with our topic. So that will be your first page, and then you can click that back arrow. Your second page is going to be your need to know page. That's where you are going to share information about a topic that you select to research. And we'll talk more about that in just a couple minutes. So you're going to name that page Need to Know. And then click the back arrow again. And then for your third and final page, you are going to name it Book Review. Actually, we'll call it Book Reviews with an S. And then you should have those 3 general pages of your website set up. Like I said, if you decide that you want to add another page later, that will be your choice. Once you have those 3 pages set up, we are going to be finished building for today. So what you need to do is click in the right corner and click on that blue button that says Publish. If you have not yet named your site, you are going to scroll down and you should have a third option. That third option will say use a subdomain of Weebly. Your subdomain of Weebly will be your first name, your last initial, ELA, and then the number of your class period. So ELA 3 or ELA 5 or ELA 7, whichever ELA period you are in. So your domain name, once again, is your first name, your last initial, ELA, class period number. And once that's done, you can go back to the PBL project page. And what would be your next step for today would be to take a couple minutes exploring some blogs, and you can see what some other people have written about to maybe get some ideas of topics that you might want to research or write about. But before you leave today, the last thing will be to complete a short survey where you are going to submit a topic that you might be interested in blogging about. It could be anything from sports to cactuses to cooking to anything at all. But if you're confused, you can always watch this video. You can pause it and it will take you through step by step.